town called Farina, which is just north of Leigh Creek and south of William Creek. So it's about 30 kilometres, I think, north of Leigh Creek. No, a bit more than that, 60 kilometres north of Leigh Creek. And tiny little place, about 2 kilometres off the main road. But what an amazing little town. They're actually starting to rebuild it. There's a group called the Farina Restoration Society, which comes in here from May to June every year, so for about 10 weeks. Yeah, from beginning of May to the end of June, early July. And they're slowly rebuilding the town, putting together all the old buildings. And they've opened a new bakery here, which is just wonderful. They also make some great coffee as well. But I'll stick some footage up of inside the bakery. They've got some great stuff there. And the money that's made from the bakery is put to the restoration of this little town. But
the bakery break the bread in the oven that they were baking it in
1830, I think it was.
There you go.
So the town Farina was established when they put the railway line in. This was the northern railhead of the railway line that ran down to Adelaide, and the main purpose for it was to take the cattle back down to the ports down around Adelaide, Port Augusta, and down into Adelaide itself. And for many years it thrived, and there was also a heap of young men out of Farina that volunteered for the First and Second World War as well. But they say the population at its peak was about 800 before the town started to peter away, and the reason it started to die was because the railway line pushed further north to Marree, and that became the head of the railway line up there. And a lot of the railway maintenance people were based out of Marree, and also a lot of the cattle farmers used to ship their cattle out of there. Apparently the one remaining station was the Kidman station, and they used to continue to bring their cattle down here to Farina. But an amazing little place, and there's a great little campground. It sits down underneath the gum trees down on the banks of the creek. Have they got powered sites? No, just unpowered sites. But they've got flushing toilets and hot showers, all for $20 a night, or if you buy yourself, $10 a night. So Farina, don't just drive past it, pull in and stop at the bakery if you're here between May and June, and have a wander around town, this historic little place that's slowly being rebuilt by the Farina Restoration Society. This is the new Farina bakery and restaurant, coffee shop, cafe, you name it, they do it here. So we had a really good coffee here and a great pie, chunky meat pie, chunky beef pie, which is sensational. But I'll show you inside at the sweets and bits and pieces that they're selling in here. It's terrific. So here we go. Have a look at these little delicacies in here. All cooked on site at the Farina Bakery.
We're not.
Some beautiful pie. I had the chunky beef pie yesterday. It was beautiful. Highly recommended. There we go. So it looks like the secret's out about the Farina Bakery. Quite a crowd here this morning, all chasing a coffee. So this is the Farina Underground Bakery. This is where they still bake the pies and the bread today.
This is it. This is called Scotch oven. It was sort of invented by the Scotch. That's what it's called.
Right.
Scotch oven.
And they still bake the bread
We
here
still
that's
bake the
sold in
bread
there.
here.
Excellent.
So, how was it? Hot water? Transcontinental Hotel, also used as a nursing home. Prison cells just here. It's the police station just back there behind us. A lot of beer bottles around the police station. This is the Farina Uber driver. What do you reckon, Leigh? Bit of a chick magnet? Seems like the sort of car Josh would buy. Cricket ground. Apparently every year they still have a game of cricket here. The locals versus the volunteers. It'd be a long day in the outfield with these flies, that's for sure. Spared no expense on the signage around here. Farina Cricket Ground. Just have a wander over to the members stand. Scorers, I think they call them. Cool.
Either that or a bar.
Who's winning?
Farina. Always Farina. I'll have a pint, thanks.
No, I think you're right the first time. It's the scorer's hut. Now looking for a lost cricket ball.
That's hilarious, isn't it?
This looks like the railway station just up here. The old filling station where they used to top up the steam train water tanks. You can see the station platform just in the background there as well. There's the old platform, station platform. So this was the crossover line between the standard gauge railway line that ran down from Alice Springs and the narrow gauge railway line that ran from here down to Adelaide. And this is where they used to change over. This is the 3'6" gauge loading ramp. I think that's the narrow gauge. So if you're heading into Farina, one word of advice, don't forget your fly net because there's a few around. And when I say a few, I mean thousands of them. But still, put your fly net on, have a wander around. It's an intriguing place, absolutely amazing. Looks like we might get a nice little sunset today. We might go up and have a sundowner drink up on Anzac Hill. Like so many little country towns here in South Australia and also in WA, a huge majority of the young men that lived in the towns went away and fought in the wars. And here at Farina, no difference. See the list of names of guys that went away and fought. World War I on the left, World War II on the right. And out of a town that had a maximum population of about 300. That's a lot of people. So that's it, we've got our coffees and we're on our way. Next stop Marree, and then we're going to push on through to William Creek, stay the night at William Creek. It's about 200 kilometres, 250 kilometres from here. Here's our Pajero mate. We had to jump start his car this morning with our iTech jump starter kit, which worked a treat.